Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Italy for everyone that does not know me, and today I'm going to be sharing my everyday makeup routine and also this sleek low ponytail hairstyle. And yeah, if you're here just for the hairstyle, then skip over to this time, but if you want to watch the whole thing, then just keep on watching. Okay, so you guys are very up close and personal right now, obviously. So the first thing I did today was cleanse my face using this fresh soy cleanser. I love this cleanser. It is so gentle and just very natural. Yeah, this cleanser honestly just feels super natural and it's so gentle, but it really cleanses my face. I don't always do a cleanser in the morning just because I don't always feel like I need to. Sometimes just washing my face with water or just a little splash is just fine for me. Yeah, so next up is going to be sunscreen. This is the Equilibrium sunscreen by Hourglass. This was sent to me through a PR package, and I've been trying out their products for about 2 weeks now, everything that they sent to me in the PR package. So if you guys want to see a full review on that, let me know if that's something that you would be interested in. But I have to say my favorite product from the whole package they sent me is this. When I first tried it, I was a little concerned because I thought the consistency would be too runny. Let me show you. Like, it's very milky, if you could tell, and I'm really used to a more whipped consistency that's more like a cream. So at first I thought this was really weird, but with just 2 pumps it really spreads through. With just 2 pumps, it's really enough for your whole face, at least for me. And then what I'm left with is just a very dewy finish and not any white cast, which I love. And this is SPF 30. I'm just gonna let that settle in for a little bit and I'm gonna get started on my eyes. My eye makeup is what changes every single day or whenever I am doing my makeup. My face makeup is what pretty consistent and stays a routine for a while. For eyes, I'm just gonna freestyle it like I always do, to be honest. I'm gonna be using this Tartelette palette, little toasted, and I'm taking the brush that came with my Anastasia palette because it's double-sided and I really like that. And I'm just gonna go in with this shade right here and buff that all in my crease. Next, I'm going to take this color right here and I'm gonna try to concentrate that on the end and then a little bit in the crease. And then just buff it in to make sure it blends. Okay, so lately I've really been enjoying an eyeshadow wing look, and I'm gonna do that with this brown color. I'm taking this, the Brow Gal brush. I got this a really long time ago. I think it came in a BoxyCharm. It has a very slanted brush, and I kind of just stamp on my wing and then glide it through my eye. Hopefully you're able to see. Oh, and I tried to line it up to the end of my brows. Oh my god. Okay, I think that looks pretty decent. Sometimes if I feel like I messed up, I'll just pack on more brown eyeshadow at the end and then buff it into my eyes. But I feel like I'm pretty happy with this. The eye look is not done yet, but I'm just gonna move on to my face and then come back to it. So lately, well, for the past months, I have been contouring with the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick, but I think they discontinued. I haven't been on their site, but every time that I've been to Sephora, it's been gone. They have this new thing called contour sticks, but to be honest, it looks a little too gray and muddy for my liking, so I went ahead and picked up the Hourglass stick foundation in the shade Sable. I do think that it's a little bit too... Wait, I have to do foundation first. What am I doing? But for foundation, I don't know why I went ahead and went to contour when I do foundation first. If I'm doing a liquid. If I were to do a powder foundation, I would probably go in with the cream contour first. But for foundation, I've been using this Clinique Even Better foundation, and I really like it. I don't really like heavy foundations. I'm pretty happy with my skin. I just do it to even out my skin tone. And sometimes I don't even use foundation. Okay. And last time I was at Sephora, I impulsively bought this Sephora 70 brush. It's meant for a full coverage foundation, which what I was looking to get out of this brush isn't exactly full coverage, but something that's not going to be streaky, because before using this, I used to use a Morphe brush that's this style, and this is for lighter coverage, but this does suck in more product, so it's less product on your face, which is whatever, but also I felt like it was just a bit streaky sometimes. So I wanted something that could blend better. So I've just been testing this out. I still need to perfect my method, clearly, because I'm just like dabbing and swirling all over the place. But yeah, so far it's pretty good. I've really been liking this for contouring as well. When I was in the brush section, I was originally looking for a brush that I can contour with, and they had a brush that had the same exact description. It looked exactly the same. Everything was the same, except it was smaller. And they were both $30. And I'm thinking, why would I pay for it twice when they're exactly the same, just a different size? I don't know, that felt a little silly to me. So what I do, you'll see, is I'll do my contour with this brush as well. Okay, I'm also going to add foundation on my neck, which people add foundation on their neck to make sure that the color is exactly the same, but I never really cared for that, especially since I like to use foundation that is my color. But I have these lines here, and I don't know why I have them, but I've had them for years, ever since I could remember. Now I'm going to get into the contouring. So with the Anastasia foundation stick, I used to be able to go in pretty heavy. This is what the stick looks like. The Anastasia one is round, but I used to just go in like, pa, pa, pa. Ah! I didn't mean to do that. Pa, pa. But with this one, it's not like the Anastasia one. With the Anastasia one, you would blend and it would just disappear, and like it was less intense. This one, you need to be very light-handed with it because it's a lot heavier and it doesn't just disappear. So I'm gonna try to... Wait a second, this foundation's all messed up. So I'm gonna do like a very thin line. And a little bit up here. A little bit under my nose. Yeah, like last time I did these lines like this that I always did with the Anastasia one, but when I did that here, I had to blend it down all the way over here because the color would not fade. And right now I'm acting as if I didn't learn my lesson. This line had a little bit more than this one, and you see how much more intense it is? This foundation stick is crazy. I'm gonna have to add a little more to this side. I'm thinking about waxing my sideburns or lasering it. If you guys have done any of those things, comment please. Comment down below and let me know how you like it and if it's worth it. For my under eyes, this is the routine that I've had going for me for years now. My first step is to go over with the under eye color corrector by Tarte. I already have backup. I've gotten so many of these in the past. I've never heard anyone on YouTube or Instagram talk about it. I feel like it's very underhyped. I use the shade medium tan, but I love this. This is what the real packaging looks like. It has this gold CC, but it'll last you a long time, so me touching it with oily fingers has probably rubbed off, but this is what a new one looks like. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish the older one. I'm almost done with it. So with this under eye color corrector, I only focus on the dark spot under my eyes, so just this little triangle right here. So yeah, I'll go in with my ring finger and just apply it with my fingers. Took me forever to discover concealer. Like, kids in high school now wear makeup and concealer and stuff, but when I was in high school, I did not know what concealer even was. I didn't start using concealer until I was like a sophomore in college. So I don't know if you can see the difference. But yeah, I feel like this really changed the game for me. Before, when I used to just do concealer on top, it was like the darkness would peek through, and sometimes it felt like it would be even worse because I would be all light and then it would be like a shady dark under eye. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it just, I don't know, it looks weird. And then for concealer, I use the Maybelline Fit Me in Sand Sable. And I'm very light-handed with it. I'll just apply something like that. And at first I'll blend it in with a brush like this. This is the R&L Moda Pro brush. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm a long time ago. I'm not subscribed to BoxyCharm anymore, but when I was, where I got a lot of my brushes. And I just buff out just the bottom part, not the top. And then next, I'm going to take my damp Real Technique sponge and I'm going to press in the rest of the concealer. And then I feel like if it's not doing a good job of blending, I will go in and try to dab it with my ring finger. But then I will use the translucent powder by Kat Von D. And I've had this for so long now and it's lasted me for, it's about to be 2 years. It's about to be 2 years since I'm using this translucent powder. But yeah, I just lightly feather over it. I don't bake. I feel like baking gives a drying effect, a cakey effect. I don't know why I ever did it in the past. So just like that. And then sometimes I will go over with a little bit concealer right below my contour, kind of just to cut the contour. So just like that. And then you don't want to look crazy with a blunt line, so then just blend it in with the foundation brush. But then also just go back in with a little bit of powder and just dust it over to set that. Okay. Perfect. Okay, next I'm gonna go over with my favorite blush, and it is the Nars Orgasm blush. I love this one. This is what the color looks like, and I'm just going to use this Morphe slanted blush brush, and I'm gonna be applying that to my cheeks.
Ain't no love like a real love, but it goes so fast, all tied up like a captive.
And then I'm gonna go over with the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. This highlighter is so nice. It's only $4 and you can get it at Ulta. And it's been lasting me for a really long time. Disclaimer, half of my makeup is expired, especially the powder stuff, because I don't know what it is. It just never runs out. It's like that one Bible story where they had oil and flour for like forever. That's me with my makeup, except for when it comes to my concealer. For bronzer, I'm going to be using this L'Oreal True Match Lumi. So I bought this bronzer because a YouTuber said it was one of the best bronzers ever, and after I got it, I hated it. I hated it because the first layer is all sparkles, and then I put it on and it was just like I had a sparkly face. So I do recommend this bronzer, but you gotta power through the first layer. Either just try to brush it off completely or just power through it and walk around with your sparkly face, because I did not think that was flattering. Once you go past the first layer, it gets a lot better. So my favorite bronzer brush is this one and a Brogue, but I'm still gonna keep using it because I like it, because you can work at it at an angle and then you can also just buff stuff in. I like to pick up the product kind of from the side and then try to do like a light contour. So it's almost like I'm setting my contour. And then going all over. And so it's like I concentrate it more on my contour, but I slightly go over my whole face as well. And now we are back to the eyes, because even though I did the top part of my eye, I still haven't done my bottom lid. And I'm gonna go back to the same Tartelette palette, a little toasted, and I'm gonna go in with this orangey color.
Standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I've felt this in ages, and I've no more patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger.
So yeah, I just put that all over my bottom lid. Okay, and now this next step is something that I really love to do, and something that I really feel like makes brown eyes pop. And not only that, it's very complimentary to the orange shade, especially this like burnt orange shade. And that is going over the waterline or just really close to my lid with a purple. It sounds really weird and like kind of random. People don't really notice the purple, but they do notice the certain glow your eyes have. It's really weird. I don't even know how I realized this, but I'm gonna go in with this purple. It's gotta be like a very loud purple, something like that. And this is from the Stardust palette. This palette is so old. This is actually the first makeup palette that I ever really invested in, and yeah, this is sold out. So I'm just gonna go back to the same the same brush that I used to wing out and just get that purple, and then I'm going to stamp it into my waterline. Like, it's so subtle, yet it adds such a nice touch. Next I'm going to do brows. First I brush it up. And I have a pretty full brow, so I don't do too much to it. I'm going to go over with this Full Face Better Brows pencil in the shade B11. So all I do is I kind of draw a line here and then a line up here. Like that. And then up here. And then I will take the spoolie. I would use the one attached to this, but it's just like stuck to the lid. Forget that. I'm going to take this spoolie and just continue to brush it up, and that's just going to help blend the product upwards. And then here I just brush it down. And then brush the hairs back up. Take the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel. Just go over it with that. And that's literally all I do. Brows are done. Now the only thing left for me to do is mascara and lips. Alright, first mascara. I'm going to be using the Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. I've been using this for years. I used to only use it on my bottom lashes because I felt like my top lashes would just get long, but they would bunch up together and I didn't have that many lashes. But ever since I started using lash serum a few months ago, they've really started to grow and I've had more lashes, and now when I do this, I do love the way my lashes look. I look like I have a lot of them, and then they get long. So even if they clump up together a little bit using this one, I don't mind it because I have so many more lashes. So another thing that I've been doing lately is stamping on a little cat eye right here. So I'm just going to go back to the same brown shade that I used, and I just stamp it on. Again, this is what my brush looks like. Very slanted. I still have to perfect this part, but I'm learning. It took me forever to try to perfect my wing, and I still mess up sometimes. So for lips, I'm going to go over with the MAC lip liner. This is Whirl. I used to have their lipstick and I really loved it, but now I have the lip liner. Actually, the Whirl lipstick was my first ever lipstick. That wasn't drugstore. So I like to overline my bottom lip. I don't overline my top lip too much. I feel like my bottom lip overline looks very natural, but when I do the top one, it's not too natural. And then instead of dragging out my lip liner all the way to the end, I kind of try to give my lips a more fuller effect by lining them a little bit circular. So instead of going out, I go up like right here. So it's kind of like a circle. And then same up here. I'm gonna line it and then go down instead of going out. Do you see a difference? Instead of, like, if I would have gone this way, they would have just looked more wider than fuller. And then I go over the middle part and this middle part. And so I have a very tall cupid's bow. I don't know what they're called, but I'll overline a little bit, or I'll go over that here, but this middle part, I look kind of silly when I go over that with a lip liner, so I'm not going to. But I'm gonna go in with this Nars Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in color Dolce Vita. I think this is a lot of people's favorites because it was in the Sephora favorites collection last year. Okay. So that's it, and sometimes I'll go over a gloss, but I don't really feel like doing that today. So that's it for makeup. Let's move on to hair. Someone requested that I do a sleek low ponytail, and good request. I've been wanting to do that. Okay, so I went ahead and just changed, that way I don't ruin my hair when I take off my shirt and stuff. Yeah, first I'm gonna just brush through my hair. Just like that. As you can see, my hair really flattened out, and that normally happens on third day hair, which is what I have right now, especially if I did a straight blowout look. Yeah, I wish volume could last forever, but it doesn't. I mean, I could go like this and it comes back for like 2 seconds, but as soon as I brush it out, it's just gonna go back down. So sleek looks are perfect for third day hair, fourth day hair, whenever your last wash or your last day before you wash your hair is. So I'm gonna wash my hair tonight, so this is gonna be perfect, especially since I'm going to be adding a lot of product to keep it down, which is great. And I think I'm going to film my hair care routine, so if you want to see that, make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss it. So I'm gonna start off by creating a middle part. I feel like that's pretty good. Okay, next I'm gonna go over with my Tancho stick. Every time I mention this Tancho stick, people go crazy for it. They always want to know where I got it from and stuff, and I really just got it from Amazon. I'm gonna link it down below. I'm gonna link everything that I used in this video down below. But yeah, I love this. It smells like lavender. But a lot of people will ask me, like, does this make your hair greasy? And yes, it does. It makes it like a little greasy, which sometimes for a sleek look, having that little shine grease, some people like that. I like it, but not everyone likes it. And since my hair is pretty smooth, I'm not gonna put it here, but normally I will, because my hair is typically at a more frizzy state sometimes. So if you have frizzies, you can go over this section with this, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna go over this part here that has a chance of flying away. And then taking my board brush, I'm just gonna smooth out that pomade, make sure it's very flat, and I'm just gonna start gathering my hair in the back. I haven't done a low ponytail in such a long time. I have been doing sleek ponytails, but I've been making them higher recently. But I like a good low ponytail because if you have heavy hair, it's not gonna hurt after a while. Sometimes when I have a high ponytail, by the end of the day, it's just in so much pain. Or sometimes you don't even realize you were in pain until you take off the ponytail. So yeah, it's kind of just a lot of stress to your hair. So now that it's all smooth and together, I'm just gonna tie that. Okay, there's still a little bit of flyaways here. So just secure that down with more Tancho. Perfect. Perfect. So I've been seeing a lot of hairstylists do this, and I've never done this personally, so this is gonna be my first time. And that is setting a sleek look with some hairspray. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to be using the Living Proof Flex hairspray. I have the mini version. I'm not the biggest fan of Flex sprays, so I didn't want to invest in a large bottle. But let's try this out. I've also heard that for very big shoots and events, people will set their makeup with setting spray. I feel like that can't be good for your skin, but I'm sure it works. And then for the low ponytail here, for the back part, I don't want my scrunchie to show. I'm taking a section and I'm gonna wrap it around the ponytail twice. And I don't know if I could show this part because I really just feel it out, but I try to get one of the loops and I open it and then I just take that section and loop it through. I don't know if that makes any sense. So now it looks like this. I know there's tools that you could do that to do it easily, but I'm really comfortable with just doing it with my fingers. So now the ponytail doesn't have to show, which by the way, I love these ponytails. I'm gonna link it down below. Whenever you take it off, it doesn't rip off your hair. It's less stressful to your hair. I know I said that high ponytails are very stressful. I used to not be able to go 30 minutes with a high ponytail. With these, I can go all day. But now to jazz up this look, I'm just gonna add these clips. They're very cute, very fancy. I think like right here. But yeah, I got these at TJ Maxx, and TJ Maxx is really great, but you'll find something there and then next month it's gone and there's a whole new set of things there. Okay, so this is the final look. Let me know if you guys would wear this with the clips or without the clips. I'm not a huge accessory person, but I'm really trying to get into it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on all my social channels if you want to. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Just like that, and then to make it, whoa, oh my god, I almost fell. Okay.